Welcome back to our discussion on S3 buckets in AWS. In this lecture, we're going to be uploading some files into a folder that we created in the previous lecture. Let's click on Introduction. Here, we're going to go over to Upload. Let's click on Add Files. And here we have the files that we're going to be uploading for our students. So you can see we have a variety of files here. We have a text file on the top, CSV file next, a Excel file, and here we have a compressed version of all of these files here. We have a TREC file, which is a special kind of recording file, which is not usually supported by many systems, and it is very much different from the regular MP4 and AVI files. And finally, we have an HTML file. You can see where this is going, since this HTML file is going to sort of serve like a welcome page that we can throw up the moment the EC2 system transfers over control to the S3 bucket. Now, when we look at the welcome page, this can have the links out to each of these resources, and the user will be able to then access these resources from this welcome page. Let's click on all of these and then click Open, Start Upload, and you can see most of these have been uploaded. The last one is going to be uploaded in just a moment, and all of these have been uploaded to our bucket. Scroll up a little and get rid of the transfer screen. So here are all of our files. If we want to access one of these files, we click on welcome.html, go to properties, and go over to link. Now when I click this link, you can see the access denied aspect is coming up. The reason here is because even though we allowed the permission of working with viewing the bucket, the permission is restricted to just viewing the contents of the bucket, viewing the storage amount of the bucket, viewing information about the content stored in the bucket. However, you cannot actually download or open any of this content. All of this content can only be opened by the default grantee, which is the account through which you're uploading these files. If you want to add more permissions, such as the download and the open permissions, you have to click on Add More Permissions. Click on everyone here in the grantee and go over to Open/Download. Click on View Permissions. And if you want to have edit permissions, you can have edit permissions there as well. Here, we're going to click on Save. Now, if I click on this public URL, you can see we're presented with the page, Welcome to this sales course. Now, what does that mean for you when you're uploading thousands of files? When you're working with a lot of these files, you're going to be looking at how you can upload them programmatically through the SSH aspect. When you're going to be SSHing these files in, you're able to define information about permissions, and all of those categories can work without you having to hand assign these permissions. There are other ways of working with this as well, but you don't need to worry about that here. Here, we just want to show you how the basics of S3 buckets work. So with that, we're now able to access this specific HTML file. Let's activate the access for one more file. Let's unclick this, and let's see how we can download these files. So here we're going to go to Add More Permissions, go to Everyone, and click on Open/Download. Let's save. Let's click on this file here. Actually, let's go over here, and you can see this file is now going to be downloaded. If we click on this file, it is going to open up the data that we have in the file, and then we can start working with the data and save it as we want. So thank you for joining me on this lecture. We took a look at how we can upload and download files to our S3 bucket. Let's move on to the next lecture now.